Coming up on the February 17th edition of Sports Extra, unranked UNC reigns against ranked opponents and tops another top 25 team. Anybody else confused? We explain the Tar Heels' recent success.
It's the biggest game of the year. Well, it will be. We go inside the Duke game postponement.
Last season, he took over as UNC's quarterback and learned to win without Bryn. So what's next for Marquise Williams? All that and more.
Sports Extra starts right now.
From the University of North Carolina School of Journalism and Mass Communication, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
If you plan to watch any UNC sporting event this weekend, it was probably postponed, moved, or maybe even canceled. The snow rocked Chapel Hill, but UNC teams still managed to show up at most of their sporting events. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Allie Massione.
And I'm Madison Way. Another team that showed up, UNC men's basketball. The UNC men's basketball team welcomed Pittsburgh to Chapel Hill on Saturday for the two teams' first ever ACC matchup and the Dean Dome's first ever stripe out. More than 20,000 fans watched the Heels beat another ranked team Saturday with the 75-71 win against Pitt. It was the James Michael McAdoo show once again as the junior posted an impressive 24 points and 12 rebounds, including this alley-oop right here from Bryce Johnson. Marcus Page added 5 threes of his own. That guy, he can shoot. And JP Tokido brought the fans to their feet with this thunderous slam. McAdoo said that with another ACC win, the team's confidence is continuing to grow.
You know, we're capable of doing a lot of good things, especially today when we didn't play as well as we wanted to certain areas, and then to still be able to come out on the winning side, it just shows, as a team, how good we are getting and how good we can be.
And Pitt wasn't the only tough ACC foe North Carolina was slated to face this past week, as North Carolina prepped to take on Duke.
But the rivalry, heightened by the close proximity of the schools, had to wait because one team couldn't make the trip. Brett Thompson reports about the night that could have been.
With winter storm packs leaving many ticket holders unable to attend the game, it looked as if students would fill the lower bowl in a night unlike any other in the history of the Dean Dome. Everything was set in Chapel Hill for a historic night. That is, everything except for the visiting team.
And we were all very upset. There were people booing, and it was very disappointing.
People were very upset. I mean, I understood it's a player safety issue, and they didn't want to play the game if it was going to put people at risk. But there were a lot of people shouting obscenities and booing.
Students lined up outside the Dean Dome, waiting 6 hours for a game that never happened. The postponement shocked the Carolina faithful.
I was 100% certain that the game would not be canceled because I recognized that the Duke is 8 miles away.
But we all pretty much thought it was going to go on. We thought that Duke would have made the necessary arrangements ahead of time to get here so that we could play the game.
The Blue Devils planned to leave Durham at 6 p.m., despite the snow beginning to accumulate in the Triangle area before 1 p.m. Were the Blue Devils worried about playing in front of a Dean Dome full of students?
Oh, I think they were definitely scared.
I was scared of having 22,000 students filling the Dean Dome. I thought it would have been an amazing experience and an incredibly tough environment to play in.
While students who waited in the standby line for unused tickets left empty-handed, those who already had tickets will be able to keep theirs, and those who waited in line for risers are guaranteed to keep their spot. In Chapel Hill, I'm Brett Thompson reporting.
The makeup game is set for this Thursday at 9 p.m. That is, assuming both teams show up.
Joining us now is basketball analyst Ryan O'Rourke. Ryan, with the Duke game postponed to Thursday, the Tar Heels now play 4 games in an 8-day stretch. So what does that mean for the team?
I don't think it's as big of a deal as everyone's making it out to be, but where I can see it causing some problems is in the backcourt. The Heels don't have much backcourt depth at all, with Marcus Page carrying not only all of the scoring load, but eating up all of the minutes too. Page is averaging more than 36 minutes per game in ACC play. So really the Heels can't afford for him to come into these games with dead legs and a flat shot, because if we look back to UNC's early struggles in the ACC, all the losses came when Page didn't shoot the ball well.
And he actually did look a little tired in UNC's first game of that stretch against Pittsburgh, but he did put up a pretty impressive performance still. And now the Tar Heels are actually on the road to go take on Florida State. That happens tonight. How do you see them preparing for that quick turnaround?
You know, I don't think this is nothing that these guys aren't used to. You know, it takes them back to their high school days when they would play 2-3 games a day in AAU tournaments. So really, the main thing for them is just to stay focused mentally and take care of their bodies whenever they can.
I mean, we're young. We just had a week off, so, you know, it's all good as far as, you know, how our legs felt today. But like you said, it's definitely going to take some mental toughness, especially, you know, going down to Florida State, which is a hostile environment.
It's important to, you know, for me especially, to look ahead and look where I can get some rest and take care of my body. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'd rather be out there playing than in practice.
All right, Ryan, last question and the most important question for all UNC fans. Does this condensed schedule affect the Tar Heels going into the Duke game?
You know, I don't think so. I kind of see it as an advantage for them because they had all last week to prepare for the game. So really, after tonight's game, it's kind of just like a 2-day refresher course for them to look at all the details and see what they need to execute in order to get that win.
All right, and we'll have coverage of tonight's game on our sister show, Carolina Week, later this week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later, Ryan.
All right.
Thursday will be a big game for Duke, UNC, and two of North Carolina's smallest Tar Heels. Nicole Comparato introduces us to UNC's team of ball boys.
Their shoes squeak on the hardwood as they look to pass to an open player. But they're a little too short to be on the team. Instead, 8-year-old Asher Lucas and 11-year-old Elijah Davis are two of UNC's ball boys.
It feels great to be on the court and rebounding for the guys and always sort of being there for them.
Asher is the son of Tar Heel Monthly publisher Adam Lucas, and Elijah's father is assistant coach and former UNC guard Hubert Davis. The two friends certainly make a dynamic pair. They also form relationships with the players and, of course, have their favorites.
I'll say J-Mac. He has been very inspiring to me. I love how he plays, how hard he works. I just want to be just like him and my dad.
Asher and Elijah help the players warm up, wipe the floors during breaks, and are the go-to guys during home games. But naturally, there is a competitive aspect to it.
Asher's always trying to challenge me to score on me, so and then Elijah, he does the same thing. So I just try, and every time they go to the basket, I just block it. I mean, it's a lot of fun doing it. And sometimes I let them score.
I don't do that, but Asher tries to score, and he gets just swatted. Like this, right during the warm-ups, he got swatted by JP.
Sophomore forward JP Tokoto says he knows the boys are both serious about playing in the future, which is why he swats Asher. And does he ever give any slack?
Nah, you got to teach them at a young age. It's not going to be easy.
Both Asher and Elijah love being ball boys. But at the end of the day, their favorite parts are familiar to any fan.
And it's really fun just to be right next to the students and celebrate with them.
And when you're part of a team like they are, there's a lot to celebrate. In Chapel Hill, I'm Nicole Comparato.
Make sure to look for Asher and Elijah when UNC takes on Duke Thursday.
The number 17 UNC women's basketball team faced off against 10th-ranked NC State Sunday in State's annual Hoops for Hope event, a game dedicated to breast cancer awareness. In front of a packed house at Reynolds Coliseum, the Tar Heels and the Wolfpack put on a show. Carolina and NC State exchanged blows in a highly competitive first half, and it seemed like every time the Wolfpack scored, the Tar Heels would answer. The second half looked like a repeat of the first until freshman Diamond Shields decided to go off. The Shields was on a mission, scoring 3 after 3 after 3. And she ended the game with a freshman record 38 points and handed NC State its first home loss of the season. Associate coach Andrew Calder spoke about the star player.
Diamond's pull-up game, I think, is the best in college basketball. It's really hard for anybody to say that someone else has got a better pull-up game than Diamond Shields. Great show-and-go game because she can knock the three down, and she can show and go. And then, as you saw, she can go in there and finish in traffic. Kept her eyes on the rim the whole time. That unbelievable shot that she was falling back on, head never moved or anything. Eyes were right on that rim. She knew just how to bank it off the glass. I mean, it's a special talent.
If I play my game, high school, middle school, grown woman, it doesn't bother me, so it doesn't really matter. It's all love to me. Like, I want to make believers out of everybody. And, you know, anyone who doubts me, I want you after the game to respect me and say, you know, she played a hell of a game.
The team is now ranked 11th and travels to Virginia Thursday to face UVA. But UNC has a really tough road ahead, with second-ranked Notre Dame still on the schedule. ESPN UW's National Player of the Week, Diamond Shields, seems prepared to lead the Heels to a strong finish.
Rise and shine. It's time for Blue Dawn.
With snow still on the ground, we welcome football's spring conditioning program when Sports Extra returns.
Connect with us online by liking the Sports Extra Facebook page and following us on Twitter at SportsExtra_UNC.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
There is no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away, but making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We know what you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me.
I think it might be one of the models.
Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Carolina football enters 2014 with a new attitude, some new coaches, and a new leader at quarterback. Susanna Black sat down with UNC's new but not so new quarterback, Marquise Williams.
Redshirt sophomore Marquise Williams took over the quarterback position halfway through last season after senior Bryn Renner suffered a career-ending shoulder injury. Williams says being thrown into the spotlight didn't keep him from doing his job. He had Renner to look up to along the way.
I just had to do everything as Bryn Renner did. You know, I had to replace him, so I had to be the leader and do what I needed to do to help us win ball games.
UNC football started the season slowly, losing 5 of their first 8 games. Then Williams took over. He led the team to 3 regular season wins and its first bowl game victory since 2010. Williams is now focused on the future and what the team can accomplish this year.
We're not going to be stopped this year, and that's how I just feel like this year is going to be a tremendous year for us, and we're just training just to do what we need to do best. I feel like this might be the best year for Carolina football ever.
Williams says his favorite thing about game day isn't throwing touchdown passes. It's interacting with those who he says support him the most, his fans.
Support they give me every Saturday, support they give me on Twitter, support they give me all around this world is just unbelievable. And, you know, I just thank God that they always support me and greatly just appreciate me being around here and having an effect and being able to play football for the University of North Carolina.
The quarterback says what he does isn't for him. It's all for his team. And if there's one thing he wants for this group of guys, it's an ACC championship. And he can't wait to get going. In Chapel Hill, I'm Susanna Black reporting.
The Heels open the season August 30th against Liberty Flames in Kenan Stadium.
Football season doesn't start for another 6 months, but the team is already starting to shape up. Today marks the first day of Blue Dawn, UNC football's conditioning program. Kate Eastman joins us live at Kenan Stadium with the inside scoop about how UNC football players work out.
While most of campus was quiet this morning, the lights at Kenan Stadium flickered on at 6 a.m. Piles of snow continued to melt on the field as the North Carolina football team suited up for the spring football program appropriately titled Blue Dawn.
The program provides bigger challenges for the players than getting out of bed. Coaches often throw them into head-to-head competitions, such as wrestling over tires and pushing weighted sleds. These early morning practices allow UNC coaches who have been on the recruiting trail to regroup with their players and get an initial idea of candidates who will fill the starting positions in the fall. That's especially important for the program's 3 new coaches, Seth Luttrell, Larry Porter, and Keith Heckendorf. Blue Dawn will be North Carolina Player of the Year, Elijah Hood's first taste of Tar Heel football as an early enrollee. On the offensive side, UNC will be assessing a replacement for center and left guard Russell Bodine, who unexpectedly entered the 2014 NFL Draft. Bentley Spain, another early enrollee, has potential to fill the left tackle position. While the conditioning session should foster a high level of competition across the roster, perhaps the biggest rivalry will manifest at the quarterback position. Although Marquise Williams started last season, redshirt freshman Mitch Trubisky, sophomore Candler Coker, and incoming freshman Caleb Henderson all look to give Williams a run for his money.
Blue Dawn will force the Tar Heels to both rise and shine as the team prepares for the spring football game scheduled for Saturday, April 12th. Back to you, Allie.
That was Kate Eastman live at Kenan Stadium.
Well, things didn't start off the way the Diamond Heels wanted in the team's first regular season series. The Tar Heels dropped the first game of the season on Saturday to the College of Charleston, 7-4, with pitcher Benton Moss picking up the loss. Carolina bounced back on Sunday, however, with an impressive 12-3 victory. Junior Michael Russell and sophomore Zach Daly combined for an impressive 7 RBIs and 2 home runs. Sophomore pitcher Trent Thornton had a career-high 10 strikeouts in 6 innings of action. College of Charleston won today's game 3-1 and takes the series 2-1.
The women's gymnastics team placed 3rd out of 4 teams at NC State's annual Sweetheart Invitational Saturday. The Wolfpack took 1st, while George Washington University placed 2nd. Although the team struggled as a whole, junior Haley Watts placed 2nd out of 10 competitors in the all-around division. Carolina faces the Maryland Terrapins Friday in College Park. A family that plays together stays together, right?
That's the case for 2 brothers who are facing off against competition together. Next on Sports Extra.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Danse, balance suis la cadence, on bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou, ton...
You didn't give up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
This weekend, the UNC women's lacrosse team demonstrated why it's top-ranked in the country when it crushed Boston University. After their game was rescheduled because of the snow, the Heels showed no mercy against BU as they cruised to an 18-8 win Saturday afternoon at Navy Field. Carolina jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first 3 minutes of the game, finishing the first half with a 15-4 lead. The second half of the game was slower, and BU outscored UNC 4-3. Senior Abby Friend was the game's top scorer with 5 goals, followed by sophomore Allie Messenger with 4. It was UNC's 6th consecutive win. Coach Jenny Levy says intensity was key.
You know, have a short memory in what just happened to play before, be in the moment, and play at the highest level that you can. So it's not really thinking about a blowout. And quite honestly, I didn't realize it was 15-4 at the end of the first half, because every time we have a chance to win a ball, we want to win that ball.
The Tar Heels host Canisius Wednesday at 4 p.m.
Well, there's no place like home for the North Carolina men's lacrosse team. UNC has yet to lose an opening game in Chapel Hill since 2007, and the streak continued Sunday at Navy Field, where the Tar Heels defeated Manhattan College 21-5. Juniors Joey Sankey and Chad Tutton contributed 3 goals each, as did Shane Simpson, who earned his first UNC career hat trick with this goal right here. The win was truly a team effort, with 12 different Tar Heels lighting up the scoreboard. North Carolina will seek its 3rd consecutive win this Saturday, taking on Dartmouth at home.
UNC lacrosse is known for family dynasties. One of those families has 2 sons currently on the team. Elizabeth Ayers introduces us to 3 Tar Heels who prove that lacrosse truly runs in the family.
Family traditions are nothing new in the sport of lacrosse, but one family is taking it to another level. This year, freshman midfielder and attackman Stephen Kelly joins his older brother Frankie on the Tar Heel lacrosse team. And as if having 2 Kellys on one team wasn't enough, their cousin Patrick Kelly is also a sophomore attackman on the team. Playing on the same team is something they're used to.
We all just kind of grew up with it, playing together against each other and having our dads and uncles as our coaches.
Frankie, Stephen, and Patrick all had the chance to play together for 1 year on their high school team at Calvert Hall. And since lacrosse is such a deeply rooted family tradition, they were coached by none other than their uncle Brian Kelly, a member of the UNC 1991 National Championship team. And Patrick's father, David, also played at UNC, winning a national championship in 1986.
Getting coached by our uncles and dads, and it was awesome experience growing up, and it played a huge role in, I think we made each other better, and we were definitely competitive and wanted to be better. But we were also happy to see each other succeed.
Stephen Kelly says it's a little surreal that the season is finally here and that this might be the last year he gets to play with his older brother.
Hopefully down the future we'll play on some teams when we're older, but kind of last hurrah together and being at one of the highest levels, that being D1 lacrosse at Carolina, to be able to play one more year with them is pretty cool.
And another Kelly family championship would be really cool too. In Chapel Hill, I'm Elizabeth Ayers reporting.
Stephen and Frankie both play at the face-off position, the same position their father played when he was part of the Cornell lacrosse team.
The track and field team competed in the UCS Invitational in Winston-Salem this weekend, despite prior plans to travel to Washington and New Mexico. The men's distance medley relay team took first and finished with the 5th fastest time in the nation, 9 minutes, 37.47 seconds. It was the 3rd fastest time in UNC indoor history. The men's 4x100 meter relay team finished first as well. The women's team took first in 6 events, including junior Lizzie Whelan, whose converted time in the women's mile was the 3rd fastest in the nation this year.
The UNC swim team is looking toward ACCs after ending its regular season on a high note under coach Rich DeSelm. But what about the diving team? Reporter AJ Nwoko has the story.
The diving team has gone through a major change in the form of Coach Abel Sanchez. Sanchez had been coaching at the University of New Mexico for 9 years when a new opportunity arose.
North Carolina called and asked if I'd be interested in coming out. There's something about this school, the academics that draws people, and the athletics.
And since Sanchez's arrival, the diving team has showed steady improvement.
We're going to go to conference here Tuesday, and I think they're going to turn some heads.
For a diver, their performance in the air is just as important as their contact with the water. And to do that, they train on this device. All it takes is a few jumps and a flip, and I'm ready to dive. The goal is to translate practice on the trampoline to the diving board. And the ultimate goal?
Everyone's goal is to have an Olympian.
Sanchez is a former Olympian himself.
I've been there, I've done it. I'm here to just take you as far as you want to go. If you want to get there, let's get there.
And Sanchez's attitude is having a positive effect on his athletes.
He's really passionate about what he does.
Inspiration.
Future.
He is the man.
He brings together a family.
I haven't seen anybody that loves diving more than Abel.
And with his love for the sport and for the team, he just might be able to mold a Tar Heel Olympian. In Chapel Hill, I'm AJ Nwoka reporting.
The Women's ACC Championship starts this Wednesday. The men begin competition the following Wednesday.
It's a big day for this guy.
We take a look at some great MJ moments when Sports Extra returns.
Don't forget to tune into our sister shows, Carolina Week at 5 p.m. every Wednesday on Time Warner 24 or Campus Channel 34, and Carolina Connection at 8:30 every Saturday morning on WCHL 97.9 FM.
I see it! There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
The Duke game is kind of a big deal, which is why it deserves extra discussion.
So we brought back basketball analyst Ryan O'Rourke to look at Thursday's big matchup. Ryan, who do you see taking this one?
You know, I really do see the Tar Heels pulling out this victory. I think if they can go into Florida State tonight and pull out a win, they'll be carrying a lot of momentum into this game. But it's going to come down to whether or not the Tar Heels big men can exploit the inexperience of the Duke big men, and also if they can defend the three, because Duke can shoot the ball.
All right, well, that sounds like a good pick. Allie, your turn. Who you got in this one?
You know, I definitely have to agree with Ryan. I think UNC is going to take this one. Duke just seems tired. They played Maryland over the weekend. They've got Georgia Tech Tuesday, us Thursday, Syracuse Saturday. As long as we can guard the three-point shot and knock down our free throws, between that and the home court advantage, I think we'll walk away with a Carolina victory.
All right, well, this is UNC, but I'm going to play Blue Devils advocate. I'm going with Duke.
Ooh.
Let's talk about, first of all, that home court advantage. That might have been the case last Wednesday when it was going to be filled with students at the Dean Dome, but totally different scenario here. It's going to be same old in the Dean Smith Center, and UNC's lost the past 2 years at home, so I really don't think that's going to make any difference. But you know what will make a difference? Jabari Parker. Guys, this kid's incredible. He's won 10 ACC rookie honors just this season. I mean, it is his only season, and he's had 15 20-point games. He's probably going to go off. I see Duke taking this one.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we will see when the game happens. It happens Thursday at 9 p.m.
23 is a very important number at Carolina, and we want to say happy birthday to the man who made the number famous worldwide. Michael Jordan became a Tar Heel in 1981 under Coach Dean Smith. He won ACC Freshman of the Year honors and introduced the college basketball world to unparalleled dunks like this. He led the Heels to national championship glory in 1982 as a sophomore. Before leaving Carolina and going into the 1984 NBA draft, MJ claimed the Naismith and Wooden College Player of the Year awards. He quickly became known as the best basketball player in the world during his 12-season run with the Chicago Bulls. The 51-year-old six-time NBA champion still holds the record for most points scored in the pros at 32,292. Well, that does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
Thank you for watching and have a great night.